In the early years of the Galactic Empire, Rufaan Tigellinus was a highly driven and charismatic fleet admiral who was also a member of the Imperial Court. Tigellinus was respected both as a naval strategist and a politician on Coruscant, and possessed a talent for acquiring allies who would support his rise into a position of power. He also held a belief in high human culture and despised non-human species. In particular, he disliked the non-human Captain Thrawn, who the Emperor had allowed to join the Imperial Navy. This prompted Tigellinus to begin seeking ways to get rid of the captain in the subsequent years that followed. In 2 BBY, his appointment by Emperor Palpatine to the rank of Grand Admiral allowed him to join the 11 others in the Circle of 12, and was met with little resistance, as Tigellinus would further his influence and popularity amongst the circles of power within the Imperial Court. Around this time, the Grand Admiral was tasked with apprehending a prolific pirate known as Reginald Backbone, infamous for plundering many star systems under the jurisdiction of the Galactic Empire. Commanding his flagship, the Star Destroyer Avatar, Tigellinus was reported to have doggedly chased Backbone from the colonies to the Outer Rim territories. However, the pirate had still managed to carry out a heist in the Tapani sector. Shortly after the Battle of Yavin, Tigellinus allied himself with another charismatic figure known as Pradeux. He was an extremely influential advisor to the Emperor around this time and aided Tigellinus to become a major player in Imperial politics. As his stature grew, another seismic achievement during his rise was ensuring his protege, Gerald Vizel, became the governor of Chandrila. He also won the support of Moff Caglia and Grand Moff Trader. Tigellinus later attempted to recruit Moff Vilim Disra, but that alliance would later lead to his eventual downfall. A short time later, the Grand Admiral's fortunes improved further when he was inducted into the Order of the Canted Circle, an ancient and highly exclusive social organisation. During the rise of the Galactic Empire, aliens were no longer allowed to join the organisation, and Emperor Palpatine used the Order to collect officials, dignitaries and officers who had proved themselves most useful, continuing the Sith tradition of using a Canted Circle as part of the Sith power struggle. His hand pushed Tigellinus ahead of well-regarded leaders waiting in line. When Tigellinus learned of Thrawn's invitation to the Canted Circle, he unsuccessfully attempted to use his influence to prevent it. Tigellinus wore the traditional black velvet robe of the Order during the public induction ceremony at the Skydome Botanical Gardens. Later that evening, a private ceremony was held in an undisclosed location, and Tigellinus became a fully fledged member of what was considered one of the most elite social clubs in the galaxy. The Grand Admiral, as part of his duties, was present at a ceremony to witness the unveiling of the Star Dreadnought Executor, the first of its kind near Kuat. In an attempt to discredit Thrawn, Tigellinus hatched a plan to ensure the Chiss Admiral would become unwelcome on Coruscant, and generally across the Empire. As Thrawn was exiled in the unknown regions, the Grand Admiral was unaware that Palpatine himself had wished for that action to take place. In the months that followed, the Grand Admiral decided he wished to become a Grand Moff, and used his political influence to force his appointment to the title. However, he quickly found that other Grand Moffs were not as easy to ally, and with this he realised several of his peers, including Grand Moff Beatroff Hissa and Vilim Disra, were now his rivals. As a near non-human, Hissa was all too aware of Tigellinus and his hatred of alien species. In 3 ABY, Tigellinus became the governor of the Imperial Centre Oversector, and was considered to be among the most important sectors in the galaxy. Throughout that year, Tigellinus headed an investigation of a corrupt governor, but it was a task that was generally beneath him. After the Empire's decisive defeat at the Battle of Endor a year later, the Empire descended into chaos, and Tigellinus defended his territories, waiting for a new leader to emerge. While Saint Pestige assumed what control he could of the Empire's core worlds, eventually the Director of Imperial Intelligence Yusani Isard grabbed control as the new leader of the Empire. However, many of the warlords who formed their own factions opposed her. Tigellinus also found himself resenting her rule and decided to approach an opposition group, known as the Committee of Grand Moffs, who were claiming the throne for their slave lord ally, Triocleus. Many senior Imperials, aware of his interest in joining the committee, felt that Tigellinus, due to his previous power and influence within the Empire, would become the leader. However, Grand Moff Hissa, who had other plans, simply offered Tigellinus a seat on the council alongside other Moffs who Tigellinus thought were beneath his stature. He turned to an old ally, Vilim Disra, who advised him to decline the offer from Hissa. However, this decision proved to be his downfall, as Hissa orchestrated events to ensure Tigellinus was executed on the grounds of being a traitor. Grand Moff Disra immediately accepted his position on the council in the place of Tigellinus. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the Galactic Empire Star Wars channel for more Imperial videos. Thank you for watching, long live the Empire, and as always, may the Force be with you.